Colleyville firefighters were honored by I hope somebody get on here. Jeez. Oh. Hello. I am just here today to answer whatever questions you all may have. No agenda. We'll just talk. But I gotta talk to somebody. I can't be talking to myself. Hello, guys. Hey, everybody. A couple people in here. I just wanted to say hey and then answer whatever questions that you all had today. You say, what's the tea, sis? Man, do I got it for you today? What you want the tea on? Let me tell you, I got tea for days, but just on different stuff. Probably not about nobody you know, but I got the 911 tea if you're ready for that. But I'm representing my Dallas Cowboys today. Hey, gotta be, gotta love them, don't hate on them. So y'all ask me some questions, whatever you want to know. I'm gonna try to do this for like 30 minutes for sure. But sometimes these lives I be getting kind of like tired. And then I got this light right here so that y'all can see me. Yeah, no. I just got off of work and my birthday is Saturday, guys. My birthday is this Saturday. I'm so excited. Gonna be 34. Oh, gonna be 34. So yes. All right. So I finally got a question from B Still 593. Hey girl, my connection is so weak, but I need you to either answer or make a video about being blackballed from 911. Is that possible? Girlfriend or homeboy? Okay. I never been blackballed, at least that I know of. But I think that now I think I know that when you apply for a 911 job, like they do talk to each other. So if you've had problems with people at your last job, a dispatch job, I have heard occasionally that can affect you being hired at other agencies. I have heard that actually when I left 911, one of my friends was like, girl, just be careful applying because you know that they call and, you don't want nobody saying anything about you. And I was like, they ain't got nothing to say about me. So people get jealous or they may say something. So I think you could be blackballed from any job, not necessarily blackballed, but they will call and check, hey, did so-and-so work here? What type of call taker were they? What type of dispatcher were they? Can you send us some of their calls? Because you know everything is recorded. So they'll ask for calls just to hear you on the phone. So yeah. Say basic. So have you ever hooked up with a person who called you on the job? No, like a citizen? Oh my God. Oh my gosh, absolutely not. But there was this one time, I think I shared this at some point or another, that there was this caller that said that he was gonna like call and report me to my boss because I was flirting with him on the phone. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect now, sir. Like, that's crazy. But people had like men have tried to talk to me on the phone. I said, this is 911. You know, men will say, oh, your voice is nice, or you have a nice voice. Or even some women, they'll be like, your voice is so calm. Like that really makes me feel special because when you talking to someone who's like extremely stressed out and they're going through something, and then for them to tell you, oh my gosh, like your voice was so calming, it really helps me. Like that just, I don't know, makes you feel good. So never been on no date with no citizen though. That's trash. Next question. Hey, Laura. Hey. This is Melanie Hill. Oh, Melanie Hill, we talked the last time when I was talking about the guy that had no wife. Anyway, I am in my first week of dispatch training. Yay. It's lots of information, but I'm loving it so far. I want to know, do the older dispatchers eat their young once we hit the floor? Well, first off, congratulations. I know it's a lot right now. You probably are just like, whoa, just like inundated with stuff. And depending on like how big the agency is that you're working for, you probably, learning geography. Hopefully you kind of knew some of that stuff, like your boundaries and all that. Anyway, do they eat their young ones at the floor? My experience has been that the older dispatchers, they really want to help you because we all have to work together. When there's a major accident or something like that going on, we have to all work together to get everybody there and keep everybody there safe, or to make find out, make sure we have backup or whosoever there when they need it. So our number one job is to work together to make sure that police, firemen go home at the end of the day. Like that's our job. But the older people, they are like really there, at least at my agency, have been there to be really supportive and encouraging to those who know that they're new and don't know it all. Now, there have been times that there have been new people who come in there and have just been, acting like they know everything and, not doing things right in the calls or, kind of going slow with things. But the old people, they fine with you doing that, but as long as you teachable, because everybody has some ways to help you. Like some dispatchers, everybody, I don't know. Some dispatchers are going to be messaging you as you're taking the call. And some of them are going to wait till you hang up the phone and then be like, can you call them back? What do you mean call them? Why you couldn't send me a message? So you have people like, and then I think that all just kind of depends on you as a person. Like if you go in there, humbly sit down, answer the phones, and once you get released and you by yourself, do your job. Don't be trying, I don't know, just don't be being all extra. Then you don't have no problems. But when you do all of that extra stuff, I think that's when their problems are. So I hope that was helpful. It was a lot though, right? Okay. Next question. Have you ever had to put someone in their place while working? That's from Basico. Basico coming with the questions today. Yes. I don't know if you're talking about a citizen or a coworker, but yes, I've had to put a citizen in their place. And yes, I've had to put a coworker in their place. And I wouldn't really necessarily say in their place, but I just had to let them know that the way that they were speaking to me and the things that they were saying to me just aren't acceptable. See, here's the thing with putting people in their place. You gotta know this. I think the way to do it is when people say something to me that I don't like and I don't like the way that they've said it, my natural reaction is to not put them in their place, so to speak, but it's just to let them know that I didn't like what they said to me. And I would appreciate it if you didn't say that to me again in that manner or in that tone. Like if that never happens again, we'll be okay with life. But I just try to give people, like, I understand that people don't know me like that. You know, they don't know me. And so they don't know that they can't talk crazy to me. They don't know that till I tell them. And it's not me putting them in their place. It's just me letting them know that that is not okay, that is not acceptable, and you will never do it again. So have I had to do that? Yeah, absolutely. But I know what you mean. All right, Be Still had asked me earlier about being blackballed. So now she says, or they say, my previous agency has downed me so much and I've never done anything wrong or gotten a reprimand. They just mad because I was in school and couldn't work the hours. I don't even want to put them down as a reference anymore. Yeah, I can understand that. And it's hard when you want to be a dispatcher and you have to, have dispatch experience. Like, even if you don't put them down, it's going to come up. Like, I mean, the way that they check your social security number, like your former employers, and working for the police department, that they do all of those background investigations and they're going to show up. So it's just been, I understand. Well, I don't understand. I don't get it, but I know what you mean. Like, because that can be frustrating when what you want to do is be a dispatcher. But I would venture to say to those people who are saying, telling you no, ask them, like, if it's something that your former employer is saying, just ask them what it is. Like, if I didn't get this position, what was it that kept me from it? Or what is it that's happened at my past job that is not okay for this one? I think that's important to know, or at least ask your former HR, because that's not HR, but the people in the dispatch, your supervisor or the dispatch manager. And then B Still says, then tell your supervisor that you're a horrible dispatch. Oh yeah, they will do that. Somebody calling me. I'm telling you, I'm so tired of them calling me with that Blue Cross Blue Shield. I don't need that. I already got insurance. Like, what the heck? Hey, Damien. She says, hey, girl. Good to see you on the YT. Yeah, I had okay, so my thing when somebody asks about still asks about being blackballed, it's crazy because I never was blackballed, but you're gonna have people like on your shift or that just work in your agency in general, or just in life and work, period. You're gonna have people at work who don't really like you, like, at all. I mean, there are people that I worked with as a dispatcher that I didn't really like at all. Now, not really so much, but then there were people I did not like working with. Like, there were people I knew were gonna get on my nerves every day. There were people I knew were gonna always have something to say about something. There was one lady who, if you watch The Reason Why I'm No Longer a Dispatcher, this is that lady we talking about now. She just always had something to say. Just like when I kind of first started dispatching, we use military time. So, sorry, my work phone is ringing and I don't answer that thing. It's after work hours. Anyway, I just got so distracted. Can somebody tell me what I was talking about? I think I remember. Yeah, that happens all the time. I be forgetting what the hell I'm talking about. Um, mm, 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 mm. Nobody don't remember what I was saying? I don't see nothing. If you just give me a hint, I'll remember it like that quick. But shit, I can't remember right now. Anyway, I think I was talking about people I worked with, and now I pretty much like everybody at work. But at that time when I worked in dispatch, like there was people that just really got on my nerves. And when I came to work, like that lady that I told y'all about why I quit, like when I came to work, I knew that she was gonna get on my nerves. Like just the sight of her face, like seeing her face would just, one of those people. But at the end of it, like you just really have to like focus on why you're there and who you're there for. Like you're there to serve. Uh-oh. Oh, see, that was my work phone, and now they just texted me. No, you're flight out on Sunday, so I know what time. Oh, damn. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Dang. Anyway, it's been, it's like super, super like you have to learn people. And I think as the older that I've like as I've gotten older, I just have learned so much more about people. And I just don't really like at work, I'm now, even then, like, but now so much at work, like I don't really make friends like that. Like, it's like a work friend. I'm very separated for them. I try to be very professional because I don't have time for that. So I just try to be very professional at work. I don't really like kick it with people like that no more. Like when I was a dispatcher, like we kicked it all the time, and we still kick it. Like those people, like those dispatchers, like I don't even work there no more, and they still invite me out everywhere. Like I just have mad friends at my old dispatch center, and I think it's because like when you a dispatcher, it's like you are in a family, in a world that nobody else understands. Nobody else understands. Nobody else can really relate except for people who are first responders or dispatchers or something like that. You'll never really know. And once you're there, you're like, oh, that's what they meant by that. So yeah. All right. Basico. Have you ever ran into a citizen that called you as a dispatcher? No. Not no. Mm-mm. Well, okay. Kind of take that back. Okay. So somebody called that I knew before. I don't know if that counts, but I told y'all I used to work for another nonprofit. And so one day somebody from that nonprofit called. They were calling in like a whatever they was calling in. And they, told me who they were. Da, 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 da. So I took the whole report, did everything that they, wanted me to do. And, all of that, very professional. And so were they. And so I think they knew that I worked there at that 911 center, but they didn't know, I don't know. I guess they didn't figure it out. And towards the end of the call, they were like, I have one other question, one other thing to ask. And I was like, It's like, is this Laura? And I was like, I was going to tell you at the end of the call, but I didn't. But hey, do y'all hear them dogs? Look. Yeah, I know I'm right next to the dog park. Like literally, that's my saying. The other day was these dogs, they attacked each other, and then like the owners, like the one owner started flipping out on the other owner. Like she punched the man, and I don't like dogs, so I wasn't even I don't like dogs like that, so I wasn't even about to go over there to help her in that regard. And when she came out the fence, I was like, ma'am, you okay? You need some help? Do you need me to call, a paramedic for you? Are you good? Your dog good? No? She was like, yeah, we fine. He just attacked my dog. I was like, yeah, so what happened? But are you good? Like, I couldn't come rescue you because I don't do dogs at all. Anyway. Thank you, Serene Simone, for telling me about what I was talking about. You were such a good subscriber. Looking out for a sister. Anyway, all right, so Melanie says, some of the dispatchers have been on the job for like 15 years. Yeah. I was super surprised about that number. That's a very long time. It actually gave me hope though. Yeah, so I found that with dispatching, you have people who've been there for a really, really long time, or people who've only been there for a short time. You have a few in between, like, and when I say in between, I mean like where I worked, like one of my good friends had been a dispatcher for over like 15, 16 years. Not just at the agency we were at, but like in a whole nother city and state. You can work there for the municipality, the city that I work for. You could retire after 20 years. So a lot of people are like up in there after past 10 years. Like it's crazy, but they just sometimes feel like somebody said, I'm stuck. Like I've been here all of this time. I can't really just like go nowhere because I'm vested now. So yeah, some people either there for a real long time or a real short time. But the benefits are great, man. Anyway, Amy Wilson says, I love your channel. Oh, thank you. But do something not boring, please. No offense. Oh, none taken. Here's the thing. I don't know what you consider boring or not. Like what I do on my channel isn't boring to me. And the things that I do in my life aren't boring to me. And I hate that it's boring for you, but if that's the case, then you don't have to watch. That's just your choice. And I'm not knocking you for that. I'm just letting you know that all I can be is me and all I can do is me. So if that's not good enough for you, next question. Kiara says, I just got an email about the critical test. What should I do? Don't stress about the critical test. Don't stress about the test. No, for real, don't stress about the critical test. Go watch my video about the critical test because I pretty much try to go from my memory, which ain't all that good all the time. But I try to tell you just kind of straight up what they tell you on the test, like what they ask. And so it's pretty basic, seemingly, but a lot of people don't pass it. And I haven't figured out, because I've taken it 3 times and I passed it all 3 times. And I haven't figured out if people just don't pass it because of anxiety or if they don't pass it because it's just too hard. I haven't figured out, because like I said, to me, it's not hard. The first time I took it for the city of Dallas, and it wasn't a difficult test. There are some sections that are timed. Well, I think they all are timed, but some of them give you a little bit more time. But I didn't find it difficult at all. But again, there are people who have taken it like 5 and 6 times and still be able to pass it. But it basically, to watch the video, girl, because I can't even remember right now. Can't remember. But it's basic stuff, like somebody will call and you have to, click whether you need to send police, fire, or emergency service, police, fire, ambulance, or utility services. So they'll give you those 4 options. And then they do multitasking. So you'll have them call and while you're, having that response. So check out the critical test video if you haven't already, and you'll be good. It's, to me, like I said, it's not that hard. And I know if your anxiety is horrible, you just have to, like, whatever you do in your life to help calm your nerves before you go in there, like, do that. Like, pray, meditate, woosah, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, that's what you got to do. Because if you're nervous and they're trying to take that test, your mind is going to get like all just like wound up, and you're not going to be as successful as you would like to be on the test. So, yeah. Okay. Basic O with the question. Did I just have to put somebody in their place, basic O? Is that what you meant? All right, so you asked me what was the weirdest call you ever gotten? Weird. I thought the lady who, called about the boner, I thought that was pretty weird. when it happened. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the video. But basically, a man was running through the park and he didn't have on underwear. And so, he had a little issue going on. So a lady called and was like, it's coming out of his pants. So I also got a call once about like this guy was trying to get the police to come and like harass his baby mama at her job. That was kind of funny or weird because who does that? Did you know that people really like, I know we've seen this on the news here lately, but you know that people really like drive down a freeway and like point guns at people? That shit is weird. Who does that? I don't know. Now it depends on what weird is. Like, I mean, I done had people call and like be high on drugs, running around with no clothes on. That's pretty weird. When they call about the naked man running down the street because he high off PCP. This man is assed out, running through the city streets on that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty weird. Like and then we had this one man outside one day with a sword and dressed like in with a cape on, like he was like a dragon slayer with just the cape and the sword. His unmentionables were mentioned. Well, I didn't have to see that, but they did actually have him on the news that day. So yeah, that was kind of weird. Any advice for Kiara, says, so I'm thinking this may not be for me. Yeah, if you have like if you have bad anxiety, I'm gonna just say it like this. If you have anxiety so much that I would try to take the test. But if you have so much anxiety that you can't take the test, then being a dispatcher, like, girl, I had somebody call literally screaming with their baby in their arms. And these are the hormones. Like, I don't have children, but I see how people love their kids. Like, they just love their kids. And like this lady was screaming, her baby wasn't breathing, and she was just frantic. And you help her to be calm. Like, that's your number one job. Well, it's your number two job, number one of your jobs. But you have to help that person stay calm. You have to help that so that they can help the child. That you have to be the calm. And I used to get anxious sometimes, but I don't know, the peace of God came upon me because when I had those calls like that, I would be nervous at first when it started, but shoot, I start getting hot, ripping my jacket off and, typing and telling them what to say, telling them what to do and really trying to help them out. So you start to feel better, I think, the more and more you do it. But yeah, you're going to be stressed out, girl. And so you can't handle that. This ain't the job. Like, it's 911. Just, you hear some of the calls that come on, TV and on the radio, but those are just calls, like, those are just the ones that they show. That's one call a day. You have to take like 60 to 100 calls, at least, probably. Depends on how big or small your agency is. Like, mine was like medium sized with a town of like, how many people? Maybe like 200,000 or 300,000 or something like that. I don't know. It could be more, but yeah, you just gotta be careful if you got that anxiety, because I got it, but you just have to know that you can control it. Brown and hey, I haven't seen you in a while on here. Like, this is one of my subscribers from like a long time ago. Like, we've been kicking it since Kicking It was kicking it. Mm-hmm. So hey, Becky. It's Becky Davis says, I took the test, but I was too slow at typing. They said they would give me another chance. Oh, that is so good. Like, that is so good, especially if typing was the only thing that kept you from passing the test. Then they say, they can see that. And I also know that at the agency I worked at, there was a person who got hired before me, and that person didn't know how to type. But I remember seeing them typing at work one day. And it just was kind of weird the way they typed. It wasn't like all that fast, but it wasn't all that slow. And so just kind of like this, like kind of pecking. But I found out that a year before, that person didn't really know how to type, and they kind of gave him typing lessons because they really wanted to help him out. So yeah, they saw something in you. So just go online, free typing test, and just keep on typing and get your words per minute up. You'll get it. And then once you start working there and you start taking all of those calls, you'll get it. Your typing will speed up, because you'll want to get the information in. The sooner you get the information in, you don't have those dispatchers yelling across the room at you. So yeah, do that. All right. Basic O says, I love a good scandal. Call, honey. Yes. I mean, listen, it's always something like, sorry, I didn't mean to like get all like excited about that. I got this call one day. I don't know if I've shared this. I have so many stories because I try to forget them, but then they just like pop up in my head. Let me make sure my computer not about to die. Okay. I just have so many stories and they just pop in my head because I try to forget them. But basically, this guy called and said that the police had just kicked in his door, and we didn't have nobody at his house. So I was like, what do you mean we just kicked down your door? And he was like flipping the hell out. Like he just literally flipped out because he's like, I'm a black man and all these white police officers just came and kicked in my door and just went in all the way in. So that was crazy. That was a crazy story. I'll definitely share that in a story time one day. If you want me to, just leave me a comment and let me know if you want to hear the rest of that story, because it's pretty good. Madison O says, have you ever received a call from someone that you know? Yes, I actually talked about that earlier in this live, that one of the former places that I used to work at, agency I used to work for, not a 911 agency, but a nonprofit agency, they called. And so I ended up talking to somebody that I knew. And at the end, they were like, is this Laura? And I'm like, yeah. But okay, so this is crazy. One day I walked in and I told y'all I did NCIC. And so at the agency I work for, NCIC had like 8 different monitors. So you have 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. And I walked in and I see like a few people standing like behind NCIC, like in front of the NCIC monitors, looking at them. I was like, dang, what they all looking at? We had just got this bulletin about some people who were wanted, I guess. Yeah, that's the right word. Who were wanted. And they were going to go make a bust on them like that day. And I was like, ooh, in my head, I know 3 of the 4 people on that picture. What the heck? Like, I know them, like, legit, like, know them since we was, like, knee-high to a grasshopper. So, that was uncomfortable. I run background checks on people that I knew. Not like, okay, let me take that back. Not because I wanted to, but because they were in some type of trouble and I had to run their name. Like the name just came through over the radio and I type it. I'm just like, oh, wait, I know that person. And that's happened like 3 times. That's weird, but you can't say anything to them. I ain't be like, girl, I know your whole criminal history, girl. I didn't know you did that. Like I can't do that stuff. So I just keep it to myself. Out of sight, out of mind. So Gabrielle Cross says, hey girl. Hey. And Tiffany says, hi Laura. Hey Tiffany. Well, I got to be so extra. Brownie says, what would you say the range of pay for a dispatcher is? Ooh, that's a good question. So I've seen some agencies pay like 14, like starting at $14 an hour, so like 30,000, 32. My face looked puffy on this side, like swole. Maybe it's because it's dark over there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. So something like 14, 15, and I've seen like the airport. So I think in the DFW area, the lowest pay is probably gonna be like 15, $17 an hour. Like that's gonna probably be the lowest, probably around $16. And then the highest, starting out would be like 50,000 a year, and that's at the airport. So if you want to be a dispatcher, you want to make some money, be a dispatcher for the airport police. They make some bread. Airport police and transit police, like in my city, it's them two, and yeah, those two agencies, the airport and DART, dispatchers make the most money. And then like some of your cities, like in the northern suburbs, they start at like $19, $18 an hour. So, and then overtime, so it's good money. What would happen? Brandon says, what would happen if you ever get connected with a family member? Oh, that's a good question. They ask you that. They asked me that in my interview. So let's say, 911 wants the address of your emergency. Tell me the address, and I realize like something's going on, and I realize that like it's my sister or something on the line. I'm gonna continue to take the call. But as I'm taking the call, I know me, I will mute the caller. I'm listening, but I'll mute her so she can't hear me. And I will talk to my supervisor. Hey, can you like pick up my line? This is a relative, or send them a note. But you need to, you can still take the call, but you need to communicate what's happening to your supervisor in case something goes down. Like it's like CYA. Cover your agency and your ass. So you just gotta let them know what's going on. So like if my sister called and I don't say anything, then that's that could be problematic. So when I saw those people on the screen that I knew, I told my supervisor, hey, I know these people, but that's it. Like I don't know where they are, but I know who they are. You know what I'm saying? And I remember one time I ran a name, and it was somebody who could be, they not related to me, but they are related to somebody that I know like that. Like, anyway, so I told them that, and I had to run their criminal history out of like several states. And so I had to let them know. I was like, hey, I know this person. I'm not comfortable running their background unless somebody else like knows that this officer called for me to run this person's name. And so somebody jumped in like on the radio to listen to, just verify. So it wasn't really a big deal after that. You just have to let them know. Like, that's it. Luckily, none of my family lived in that city. I just know a lot of people. Gabrielle Croft says, I'm about to be on the floor as a call taker, and we just had a bunch of our dispatchers leave our agency. So they're pushing us to get onto the floor and learn dispatching. What CAD system did y'all use? Ooh, look at you with your dispatcher words. What do we use for CAD? I'm trying to remember, girl. Tell me what y'all use, and I'll tell you if it's the same thing. But I think it's, I can't remember right now. I think it's I don't know, something with try in it, I think. Tritech or something like that. I think that's what CAD we use. And what CAD is, ooh. Oh, no, we don't use that one. Sunlight. Ours was Tritech. Like, I'm like pretty sure about that right now. It's Tritech. And what CAD is a computer aided dispatch. So that's basically what puts the calls into queue. And where I worked, our CAD was at the bottom. So when you're a call taker, where I worked, we had 6 monitors, and CAD was on the bottom 3. And so your CAD would show like which calls are in queue. It'll show all of your officers that are on duty. It shows like where the officers are. Um, and then CAD also is where you dispatch your calls through. Like everything dealing with the actual emergency call itself is in CAD. So your medical dispatch, we use what was called ProQA. ProQA is also populated through CAD. So if I put in that I had a person who was unconscious, and unresponsive, the CAD ProQA will open up like in another window, like another pop-up will pop up to give me the next steps as to what I'm going to do next, what I need to say next, and what order I need to say it. And it's very important to follow ProQA, like, because then you get dinged if you don't by QA, quality assurance. So you just need to follow that step by step. It's important for you. It's important for the patient, for the caller. You just got to follow it. So yeah, CAD is essential. Then you have your telephone, and your telephone is not just like a normal phone. It's just like the screen, and you just kind of click whatever you want to dial. So lots and lots and lots of presets, because the agency I work for is like in the DFW area. So basically all of the agencies in the Metroplex are programmed into CAD. Not CAD, into the telephone of your dispatch name. And then it's also a map. We use the VILA map. So it's also a map there so that when people call, it'll pop up something in the general vicinity, sometimes of where the incident is, and sometimes it'll take like 15 seconds to populate the correct area. So yeah. Well, if there are no more questions, because I've answered all of the questions that I got so far, I just want to say thank you guys for coming over here today and chatting it up with me. Thanks for the good questions. Thanks for the 911 questions and the not 911 questions. I appreciate those. If you have any video ideas that you would like to see come to fruition, please, please don't hesitate to leave them over there or down below, and I will try my best to make a video. Y'all know I be going through the struggle sometimes. I don't be feeling like making videos. I just be so tired, but I'm trying to do better. So yes, say I love you, Snap. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I haven't been posting on Snap. Like, I don't be posting on nothing really. Because I just be so tired sometimes. But yesterday I thought I looked cute. So at my job in the elevator, we got these mirrors. This is probably what he's talking about. I know exactly who this is. This is one of my young subscribers, been kicking it. But we got this mirror in there. So I channeled my inner Cardi B, right? And you know how she got that song called Money, and she was like walking past the mirror. Ooh, damn, I'm fine. Let a bitch try to get hammer time. So yes, so I posted that on my Snap yesterday because I was feeling myself. Because I've been doing this intermittent fasting. Because your girl is getting kind of pudgy in the tummy area. Like, it looked like I'm carrying a child, but it ain't no baby in here. And I'll be damn. I don't even want to. I can't even show y'all. This all you gonna see. Okay, I'm not gonna show you my belly right here, because it looked like I got a whole. What's the baby's name? Blue and Sir. Not Blue, but Rumi and Sir. I got like a whole Rumi and Sir in here at 3 years old. But so I've been trying to work this out. And so I done lost like 10 pounds in this last week. about it's been more than the new year. Not new year, new me. So yeah. But anywho, it's just been crazy. So I hate that I didn't even finish talking to you about that, but I hate that they pushing y'all through Gabrielle because that ain't good. Because that's when people start making mistakes, like for real. But I heard that they've been doing that at the old agency I worked at too. I think it's just, after holidays, like right before, I'm telling you, man. Hey Wade, I do remember you. I asked you 200 questions about dispatching. When you going through hyper, no, you asked me 201 questions. No, I'm just kidding. I really don't mind answering your questions, but currently fully call taken and fire trained. Wow, that was fast. Or at least it seems fast. But congratulations. Wow. Yay. This is like the first person that I know from my channel who has like gotten hired and not only gotten call taker trained, but also has a channel. And you probably gonna start working on a new channel soon. So congratulations. That's like a victory for my love. So thank you. I'm so happy for you. Anyway, guys, I said I'm not gonna stay on here long because I'm supposed to go to church, to choir practice. Anyway, tripping. Again, guys, Saturday is my birthday. Yay! I'm turning 34. I'll put my Cash App down below. So if y'all want to hook us some stuff for her 34th birthday, I'll let y'all know. But I'm so excited. I usually have like a big, like last year I had a big birthday party at where did I have my birthday? Oh, I had a masquerade last year. Winter masquerade was so fun. But this year I was like, I'm not gonna do all of that. So 10 of my closest girlfriends are going to Benihana, and I was gonna change my whole birthday plans because, hey, Grant, I was gonna change my whole birthday plans because the Cowboys play Saturday. Oh my gosh, we play the Rams. And I was like stressed out because I'm thinking, it's my birthday, but I love my boys. So like, what am I going to do? I didn't know what to do. I was going to change and be like, okay, everybody come over to my house and we can just have a Dallas Cowboy party and we can just have a good time eating snacks and having drinks and watching the Cowboys play. But then I thought about it. I don't want to be cleaning up after all of these people. And I have a small apartment and my couch can hold like 1, 2, 3, but who wants to sit 3 on the couch? But we could. I got this recliner right here, that's 4. And I got 4 chairs at my dining room table. So that's 8 seats. Everybody don't have a place to sit. So, I could have pulled my air mattress in here and blew it up and people could have sat there too. Cause I have like a second bedroom. It's like a den that I'm about to redo. I'm about to zhuzh it up. So I'm gonna make a video. I think I'm gonna make a video about that. So anyway, yeah. So it's back to Benihana, and I'm just gonna watch it on here. Dante gave me his YouTube TV code so I can watch it at Benihana. I'll put in my y'all know I told y'all I bought me some AirPods for my birthday. For Christmas. So I'm just putting them on like that. Have my AirPod in while I'm watching the hibachi show. Be watching my Cowboys on the Cowboy show. Cannot wait. So anyway, I don't know what I'm wearing or nothing. Scott Scarborough said we had the same birthday. Oh my gosh! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. See, nobody else gets that. Because you share my birthday, I got you. He said, I told you last month about Critical. I was so nervous about it. I'm happy to say I passed. Yay! Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. You was born on January 12th. Of course you was gonna pass. Duh. We're so good at stuff like that. But no, I'm so excited. Congratulations and good luck with the next steps. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. But watch the video first, just in case it's already, there. I know I repeat a lot of things. I get a lot of the same questions. So just check it out. Adam says, thank you for all the 911 feedback. Love you. Oh, you're so welcome, Adam. I love you guys too. Let me look at the time. Okay. I was going to church, but then I got this message to say no practice that night. Okay. All right. Yeah, like I really enjoy being able to help people, like for real. I think that is my calling. I feel that's why I was put on this earth, to really just help people, to serve people in some capacity. And so that's really why I became a 911 dispatcher to begin with. And once I wasn't one anymore, whenever I would tell people that I used to be a 911 dispatcher, they had so many questions. Even people who weren't interested in becoming 911 dispatchers just wanted to hear about the stories that I had. Like, oh my gosh, like, oh. And so I just felt not obligated to share, but I felt as though if I had the knowledge to share with people what I learned during my tenure as a 911 dispatcher, why not share it with them? And so I wasn't affiliated with any agency at that point, and I just really wanted to be able to share my experiences, my knowledge, and just how dispatching has changed my life and how I think about things. Because now my thought process and things is just so different. Like I never like I've always cared about the details about things. Um, but now I care about some details. Like it took me a while to transition from that. I don't care about what happened yesterday. Tell me about what happened now, what's happening now. Like, it took me a minute to kind of transition out of that because I didn't even, and you know what? I didn't even think that it would have been an issue at all. But 911, you don't care about what happened yesterday. Just like tell me what happened today. Like, I don't care if your boyfriend got mad at you 3 days ago and then today he can't. None of that matters right now. But at my next job, since I work for a nonprofit, like nonprofit is all about the story. It's all about why are you doing this? And people used to always call me because I worked for an organization that used to be an orphanage. And so people used to always call and want to tell me about the stories about when their grandmother lived there, or great grandmother lived there 100 years ago. And I mean, I care like I used to care, but like I had gotten out of that mindset that I didn't want to hear all that on the phone. Like I try to be on and off the phone in like 2 to 3 minutes. If we can't handle our business in that fast, then I don't want to talk. So it took me a minute to get out of that frame of mind. It was a hard transition. Like, let me tell you, it was tough, but you'll do it. You do fine. La Kiera. Did I say that right? Is it La Kiera? La Kiera Melendez says, how long did it take from critical to hire date? So from the time I applied, I'll go from application. Now I have, well, let's start over. I applied and got hired at 3 different agencies. The first agency, excuse me, first agency was City of Dallas. When I applied to City of Dallas, and from the time I applied or took the critic call, took about a couple of months, maybe about 3 months. It wasn't that long, 3 to 4 months. Wasn't that long with Dallas. But then the next agency that I applied, I didn't take the job. The next agency I applied for, I applied one day. I got an email the next day to take the critic call. And from that day on, it took about 2 months from application to hire. So that's pretty quick. Like, and it really kind of depends on, some of it depends on you, because your references and all that stuff, they have to do all that verification. If they good, they're gonna get you done. If they not that good, it's gonna take forever. Like, I mean, they can still be good and still take forever. Like, I applied for, also the third one was DART, which is here in Dallas Area Rapid Transit. And their process was long. Like, it took 6 months. Woo! It was a long process for them. I was just like, gee, Williker Sam. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I gotta go because I got stuff to do. It's been great talking to you guys. Let me know if there's something y'all want me to do on a regular basis, and I definitely will. Again, I'll see y'all Saturday. Maybe it's my birthday, so I might come live for y'all out. I might go live, on my birthday just to come say hey. Wade, I'm gonna answer you. Say 911 also makes you learn that 99% of your callers are bad shit crazy. Absolutely right. Dude called me yesterday saying these people on the other side of town are trying to kill him, and then he saw them eating bodies. Yeah. Yeah. You hear all of that. And like I said, I always try to forget it, but some stuff, it just sticks out in your head. Like this lady that used to call us every day and say the walls are screaming at her. She's like, the walls are screaming at me and the spiders coming out of the walls. She's like, they're crawling all over the place. I see them. Like, this is how she was talking on the phone. And I was just like, woo. I mean, and they knew who she is. They know her. We got a little note on her phone number. So when her number pop up, her address, like, we already know who it is. We already know. I mean, we send people over there. We always take everything seriously because you never know. It could not be real. It could be real, false. I mean, it could be real one day. But yeah. Anyway, bye, guys. I'm getting sleepy. I ain't going to sleep, but bye.